I'd like to preface this episode by just putting in a quick disclaimer, and I realized now after recording that my mic volume was very, very low. This is going to be fixed for the next episode. I'd actually just switched my little podcast setup around due to now doing a video podcast and using a different mic. The filters on it, I didn't even think to check them, but they really just suppressed the sound and made it difficult to hear. Uh, Based off of where my mic was located. Usually in that spot, it picks my voice up perfectly fine. But just with those filters on the mic that I had, it actually ended up screwing it up. So apologies for that, and it will be fixed next time.
It was. He goes, "This your ball?" And he goes, "Well, there's kids playing around, so if you yell for next time." And he doesn't give us the ball back yet.
And then the cart girl comes by and was like, and we were like, okay.
Welcome back to the Sunday Pins podcast, episode 2. And as I promised, 2 months ago now, we got a co-host. We got Evan here.
How's it going, guys? Hey.
So, Evan is the new co-host on the Sunday Pins podcast. Evan, how did you get into golf?
So, I actually haven't been golfing for that long. I started, I want to say, last fall, maybe last September-ish. It's almost a year ago. And
Okay.
my friend Isaac was like, "Hey, you wanna go golfing?" I was like, "I've never been to a golf course ever and played a real round of golf." So we went. I used his clubs. I did pretty well for never really playing golf, and that's how I started.
Before we get into the meat of the podcast here, I just want to go over a couple things. Usually we are going to have a recent and upcoming rounds section that we're going to talk about. Just talk about our recent rounds and some rounds of golf that we have that we're going to be playing in the near future that we're excited about, or we have, good feelings about, whatever it may be. Today we're not going to be doing that because Evan doesn't have any that he has in mind. And the last round of golf that I played started as a 2v2 best ball, and we all did so poorly that it had turned into a 4-man scramble on hole 7. So, not around to really talk about, but yeah, we wanted to propose a couple questions here. And Evan, I'm going to let you have the honors of proposing our first as a video podcast, because I did a audio podcast for the first episode. The first Q&A and poll question. Go ahead and take it away.
So the first Q&A question is, what can be done to make golf more enjoyable for the casual players? So I myself am a casual player, being that I've only played for almost a year and I'm not too into the whole golf scene yet. I kind of just go out and golf. I don't follow much. So if you fall into that category, help us
He's your guy.
help us players out, even for the experienced ones. How can it be more enjoyable? All right. So our pool question is, how many mulligans do you take per round? 0, 1, 2, 1 per 9 holes, or as many as needed? So that'll be a fun question for everyone to answer.
Yeah, I mean, personally, what do you take? How many mulligans?
Mine is as many as I need.
Which is
So
fair. I mean, brand new to
you know,
golf,
it,
as long as you keep up the pace of play, there's no issues. There's no issues at all.
yeah, I think it varies too. So I mean, even more experienced golfers like yourself, you have your bad days and you have your good days. So it'll
I've been
vary.
golfing for 2 years. I'm not experienced. I'm about as
more
experienced as you are, but
more experienced than me. Let's say that. But yeah, I'll take as many as I need. How about you? How many are you taking per round?
So I have this rule with myself, and it's because sometimes you just get over the ball and you hit one that is just you have this shot in your head, and you swing the club and you hit it so good over the top that it does a like bounce into the ground in a 5 yard roll. And every once in a while I get one of them. So those ones don't count because listen, 5 yards doesn't really mean a whole lot to my skill level
Oh
in
yeah,
golf.
I agree
But
with that.
if I hit one OB, it's got to be two, and that's one per 9 holes.
Just don't do any mulligans and just play your balls unless, like you said, like 10-ish yards right in front of you. You kind of top it and it doesn't go anywhere. I think they should change the rules.
Yeah,
That should
seriously,
be.
like it's a
Don't take any strokes off for
for the casual player. Don't take any strokes away. We're already struggling enough.
that.
Those can be found under the pod, or as you're listening to the podcast, in the podcast description there, you can find the Q&A and poll. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and just put it in the comments. We'll just go through the comments and see what everybody's doing. Unfortunately, the poll won't be a true poll unless we can throw one up on YouTube. I haven't uploaded a video to YouTube in a couple years, so I don't really remember if you can do that. But if we can, so let's get this golf podcast kicked off by going over what was in the bag this season and what will continue to be there, throughout the rest of this golf year. Evan, do you want to get kicked off, or do you want me to go ahead and go first?
Yeah, I can go ahead and get started. Mine's pretty simple. So I bought my first set of clubs. Well, initially I was using my dad's hand-me-downs, that pretty old set of clubs there. Not that my dad's old or anything. Great guy. Shout out. Um, but my own personal first pair of clubs was the Profile SGI Complete Set from Wilson. So in there we got a driver, a fairway wood, a hybrid 6 through 9, and then you got your pitching wedge, your sand wedge, and your putter. Comes with a bag too. Uh, so from that, I upgraded my driver to the Callaway Maverick, which I've been liking a lot so far. It fits me
Very
very
cool.
well. And then I did just get a new putter from Play It Again Sports, which might be an Ohio thing. But if there's a Play It Again Sports around you, definitely go check out any of the golf stuff that they have, or if you're interested in other sports, they have great new and used things that you
No
can get from
sponsorship,
there.
no ad. Not an
No, not an ad.
ad. Great place.
Please, please sponsor us. But yeah, I got more of I like the mallet style putters. I
Okay.
got one of those. Can't remember what it was, but we'll come back to that next episode.
All right. All right.
All right, so what's your bag looking like there, Jake?
Well, my bag is a mixture of some clubs that I've upgraded over the past 2 years, as well as some hand me downs. I'm playing some older wedges and irons, but the driver, we got the Cobra LTDX. I had a Ping G410, but I hit a striped shot on a long par three, and the head just flew off, and it was the strangest thing ever. Um, so I'm not playing that club anymore this year, but I was. Now I put my 5 wood back in my bag, and it's just an older TaylorMade Rescue. But yeah, I'm really unfortunate about the 3 wood there, because that was a club I was getting pretty decent with. But irons, I'm playing the 3 through 9 on the Ping I30 size, which are pretty good irons from my understanding. I had one random guy come up to me on the range and tell me that he used to play them. They were a great set. So I'm just going to go with what he had to say because he has aspirations of playing in the British Open. Um, he told me that. It was raining that day, and he was like, I'm just going to sit out here and practice in the rain because you know what they say, you can't play in the British Open if you can't play in the rain. I was like, I mean, you're right. You're right. Um, anyways, needless to say, he came down underneath after a couple balls whenever it started getting a little bit more wet outside and told me that he actually didn't want to play in the open anyway, so he was practicing in the dry area now. But pretty good guy. Anyways, for our wedges, we have a Top Flight Tour pitching wedge which I fucking hate that club with a passion. I can't stand hitting that club, and I need to get a new pitching wedge as soon as possible. Um, yeah, it's just not a fun. It feels. I think you hit it at the range before. My pitching wedge, it just felt.
Probably.
It just felt very. It just feels very odd. I don't know. Not a fan of it. But yeah, my lob wedge is a Wilson harmonized staff, or Wilson harmonized, 60-degree. I got the Vokey SM9 and a 56, which is probably one of my favorite clubs that I have. When I hit it good, man. But you know, you can't always hit them good. So fun club to hit, but yeah, putter impact number 3, Tommy Armour. Picked that one up after misplacing my other putter in the woods of a golf course. So yeah, I mean, that's my bag. That's all I got.
Yeah, as we go on and upgrade, we'll be sure to let you guys know. I do have a one I guess you could put this in or take this out if we want to wait. But
okay.
So one of my friends, Tyler, got a 69-degree wedge from 69 Golf. And let me tell you, that thing is very fun to hit
He's
with.
pulling out the gag clubs. That's all right. I have
So,
one too. I have one too.
so I don't even know. You full swing with this thing, it'll probably go like 15-ish feet in the air and it'll plop maybe like 5 yards in front of you. You're either gonna skull it and hit it like a 3-iron, or you're gonna get a beautiful little lob. So either way, great club.
So you can use it long range or short game.
It's got a lot of versatility.
Versatility, yeah, it's high up there in versatility. Do we have to show off the secret weapon in this first video episode?
I don't know.
Do you even know the secret weapon?
Do I know the secret weapon?
I mean, I showed you the cover.
Then I know the secret weapon. I think.
Do you?
I think we show them.
Dude, where's the camera? I'm backwards. My one putt machine. I made my first ever birdie with this putter, and I bought it because it was funny. And Evan, I know you can't see this, but you'll see it watching it back. Because I don't really know if I've ever shown you it before.
No, I just saw it with the cover on.
Yeah. So the one putt machine, and it sucks because there's female golf YouTubers out there that ruin it. But we got the Peter putter. Do we have to blur it out for YouTube? Probably.
No, it'll be alright.
It'll be fine. But I made my first birdie. We'll probably have to blur out the cover because it has a Desert Eagle on it.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
You get the point.
You get the idea. But I made my first ever birdie with with that club, and that hole. You would never think that I'd walk away with a birdie. I had a pretty decent drive, right side of the fairway, a little bit into the rough. I had it was a short par 4. I had probably, what was it, 30 to 40 yards to the green, and I just took a. It was probably a little bit more than that. It was probably closer to like 70 or 80 yards, but I took a wedge and I sculled this wedge towards the green, and I was like, this thing's going over the back edge, and it hits off of the metal, like keep your cart over here sign, and it pops up in the air, falls probably 7, 8 feet from the pin, and just stops. And I was like, wow. So I was like, the luck is there. I have to take this club out of the bag. I hit the putt, drops for the birdie. It was incredible. Greatest golf experience I've had so far. I appreciate the claps there. Yeah, it was a very memorable birdie with the Peter putter.
Love that.
Yeah, you gotta.
I I don't have any. I have a fake birdie when I hit like two mulligans, re-tee and a mulligan on the way down. But on paper, it was a
It's
it was a f-
all that matters is what you put on the scorecard.
it was a four or yeah, four on a par five. So
There you go. So I want to take another brief pause out of this podcast just to go over some YouTube stuff. And Evan and I kind of discussed a little bit, and I made some like final decisions today, kind of just about timing of everything and just when I think it'll work out. And that way we have time to actually get stuff prepped and ready for you guys. Um, but we want to do one long video per month, and this will be just kind of like a full golf video, or like, something in the realm of golf that is longer than 10 minutes, I'd say is a reasonable number. Maybe 15. We'll see. But we want to do 4 shorts. One of those will kind of be about like, it'll be like a teaser of our main video that month. And the other 3 will be original content that we will get captured and edited and uploaded. Also, the podcast will be uploaded onto YouTube, as I kind of mentioned previously. So you can always watch that as well, because it is a video podcast now, so it's a little bit more interesting than just looking at the logo in the background as I talked. But yeah, we're looking to start this as late as spring of 24. So like April-ish, kind of want to get stuff kind of uploaded onto YouTube if possible, and I don't think it will be, just because I'm not sure how much golf I'm going to be able to play these last couple months. The earliest I'd like to start would be start of the new year, which is January. So look out for, winter to spring area there for YouTube stuff, but obviously the podcast will still be uploaded there.
all right, so next up we're going to talk about golf outings, which, fun fact, I have no idea about golf outings.
So I wanted him to bring us in on that, and this is kind of going to be an area where I'm teaching him, but also explaining why golf outings are the fucking greatest thing to happen to the golf community. So we got Bev Cart, guaranteed, right? We got Scramble, 4-man scramble, usually with people you know or people that you enjoy golfing with most of the time. So that's, 2 guaranteed things with golf. You're guaranteed to go low. That's a third one. But anyways, the idea with golf outings here is you go in, bunch of teams are made, 4-man scramble. You play golf, and you have opportunities to buy like mulligans, and stuff like that, and it's all just donations to whatever the golf outing's supporting. So whether it's like a high school football team or like a company's golf outing to like raise donations for a nonprofit or something. So all these people pay to play. Most of the time you still have to like pay or tip the bev cart, but at least in the ones that I've played, maybe in some other ones you don't. But yeah, you just go low, scramble. Sometimes you have food at the end, depending on where you're at. So you get a meal. You get goodies on the course. I got an umbrella the one I played. The last two I played in, I got a towel, a golf towel, and what else? Oh, we got a meal after, and the last one I played in, so that was two times, two outings ago. The last one was like a goodie bag, and it was like a later one, so they gave us like hoagies and stuff. So we got like a lunch, and we got to go play out on the course. It was a good time.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you mentioned it, but for a new golfer like myself, that would be a great experience. I think one of the biggest things for new golfers is just going out with your friends and having fun, and then, you know, add a little competition to make it a little interesting, but then again, you're meeting more people and getting to learn about their experiences, get some tips from them if you're not shy. And then,
yeah,
doing it for a good cause most of the time, it sounds
yeah.
like.
It's
So,
all usually donations to whatever organization is doing the outing.
yeah,
Um,
it's a win-win.
yeah. So you're doing good, and you get to play golf and have fun while you're doing it. And other thing I forgot to mention is they'll do challenges on the holes and stuff. So like little mini games, just to like on the less serious ones. Obviously, there's some that are strictly golf and like it still is donations and stuff, but um, some have mini games that you play. So you like take a shot of fireball and then try to hit within 6 feet of the pin, and that's how you win the challenge. And it's just like a $5 donation to do it. So it's pretty cool.
That's great. Maybe my first golf outing, we can put together a little video
There we go.
and get it on the YouTube so you guys can get a. If you're a new golfer, I mean, me being a new golfer, if you haven't been to any golf outings, you'll get an experience through someone who's never been to one and get a feel for it, gain some interest in there, and then go find your own golf outing, get your friends together, and go have a good time.
That's what golf's all about, is having fun. Even though it is probably the most frustrating thing on the planet. I mean, everybody who golfs knows how frustrating it is. I tried teaching my girlfriend how to swing a golf club. She played basketball, but you know, whatever, not golf. So like those skills weren't there, and it just trying to explain the golf swing, because I've only been doing it for 2 years, to somebody who's like never like I played hockey growing up, like deck hockey and like hockey on the street, so I have like those shooting skills there. Like I have coordination, hand-eye coordination. Lacrosse in high school and college, you as well playing lacrosse. So like, and
Yep.
you is even hockey as well. Like you played ice hockey growing up, so you get it as well as I do. Like the hand-eye coordination's there, so it was a little bit easier to get into it because you can kind of understand what you need to be doing. But for somebody who's never done it before, I mean, I was getting frustrated trying to explain it, because it's like think about it. It's keep your arms straight up here, bow your wrists a little bit. Make sure you're turning your hips in your downswing to start your downswing, and you're swinging through and releasing here. That by doing this with your wrists and arms, it's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree. Even though, I mean, yeah, I played hockey like all the way up until high school, and then I played lacrosse all 4 years of high school, all 4 years of college. So, I mean, I had that hand-eye. And then still going into golf, it's such a different it's different mechanics that you really have to get used to and
a lot
really
a lot of muscles that you rarely use.
but if there are any non-golfers listening, it shouldn't be intimidating because once you do go out and practice, doesn't have to be a lot, and you don't even have to have a golf ball.
Yeah, just
Just
go swing the club
get
around and
swing a club,
yeah,
swing a branch. Just
swing a branch.
if you don't have a club, get a stick, and just watch some videos on form, and
Yeah, you'll get
then
there.
whenever you go to the range or you go play, you'll be a step ahead of everybody. But yeah, no, it definitely takes time.
It takes a lot of
Y-
time. I mean, if you think like tour pros now are still, working with coaches and working on their swing all the time, like people who do this professionally. So like to have a functioning golf swing and like to get to that moment, it's just like a wow. Like it's just a great feeling. But it takes time, definitely. It's like the golf swing.
Exactly.
Podcasting is like the golf swing.
There it is. You just did it.
Hmm. There we go. That's the main part. Podcasting is like the golf swing. Thanks for watching. That's the title.
Thanks, guys. We'll catch you
Really
next.
appreciate that one. Really appreciate you listening to that one.
Thanks. All right.
So, to the important stuff now. 7-Eleven has golf merch, and I'm definitely going to be picking some of that up because it's actually pretty clean, and I'm going to throw some up on the screen here as Evan's going out, but yeah, here they are.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some t-shirts, got some polos, some coolers, some tote bags, and then you're down into the as little as tees, pins, some koozies, some keychains. They even got balls and socks. They got everything.
The polos are
So
fire.
wherever this is coming from, whoever's on their marketing team did a fantastic job.
Absolutely. And I think more companies need to learn from 7-Eleven, and we need to start seeing golf lines from everyone, you know?
I agree. I definitely agree. So we have a gas station slash convenience store collaboration. I guess those in YouTube drop this in the comment as well. What any brand you can think of or any company that that would come out with golf merch, who would you want to see?
Cracker Barrel golf line.
There it is. Just imagine that.
Cracker Barrel. I mean, they already have everything in their little store section.
I mean, yeah, you got.
Golf merch.
I wouldn't be surprised if like McDonald's came out with golf merch. They're
They
doing
got
everything nowadays.
they have to have some already.
They probably do.
They
I would
have to.
On the topic of fast food, a Taco Bell dropping golf merch would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Even though that, again, like 7-Eleven, nothing to do with golf, but
Not even in the slightest.
they're making it work.
And Taco Bell would do it too, easily. Like like white polo, like purple stripes with a Taco Bell logo on it. It's like perfect. I mean, who else do we got? You got.
Thinking,
I mean, anyone like Nintendo golf
yeah.
merch. That wouldn't be too bad. Like have like some Pokemon themed golf merch.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure all that stuff exists on Amazon. I mean, if we're being honest, it's
Yeah, we're
Amazon has everything.
we're talking about the company coming out. Hey, check out the golf merch that we made. But yeah, like
Sunday Pins
I mean,
golf
I think
merch.
Sunday Pins golf merch.
Yeah,
Should we tell them?
we don't have any golf merch coming out.
Yeah,
Don't
we
get
don't
too
have any golf
excited.
merch. But if you want some, let us know.
I'd make some. I mean, do we? We do have some merch. I have a tag sticking out of my hat. Thanks for telling me, podcast. All right, but we do have some merch. Technically,
Technically,
we have one piece of merch that is one of a kind,
it's a prototype.
prototype. I'll show it. We
Give the
got the
people what they
Sunday
want.
Pins. Where's the camera? The Sunday Pins visor. It just says Sunday Pins and it's green. That's all we got. And
And
there's
hey,
one of them.
that's all you need.
That's I mean, that's true. But we were talking about hats. We would like to make some nicer hats. So we could do hats because that's pretty inexpensive to get into. I imagine that the people would want some hats and like polos and stuff can just come later.
Yeah. Yeah, I think starting with hats would be great. And it's a necessity on the golf course for most people.
Sunday Pins hats coming soon, but probably not
Confirmed.
too soon. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up there. Everybody, welcome Evan again to the podcast.
Thanks for
The
having me.
newest thanks for the newest addition. He's permanently here, stuck, signed the non-existent contract.
This is true.
So he has to be here by law.
By law.
That
Yeah,
checks
no.
out.
No, I'm excited to be a part of Sunday Pins. I mean, I was talking to Jake just yesterday, just we both agreed Sunday Pins is a fantastic name that we
It's
have.
a great name.
I really love the name. I love the podcast so far, and I think it just got a lot better.
Oh yeah, the newest edition. Thank you everybody for listening. This has been episode 2, and we will see you in episode 3. See you, everyone.
See you guys. Ha ha ha. All right, I got the whole damn thing figured out.
What'd you even do?
All right, hang on. Look at this. All right, so I got the real nice Sony MX4s. You ever heard of them?
Yeah.
So they're like super noise canceling, and they have this speak to chat thing where whenever you start talking, then it completely pauses your music and then disables the noise canceling so you can hear things. So I figured out how to turn off the noise canceling so I can hear myself. And this side, you can like do like touch controls, so like volume up, down, and next and previous.
Yeah.
Some dude from Reddit from like 3 years ago was like, "Oh, just put two fingers on this on the right side and it'll turn off."
See,
How
on mine,
fucking crazy is
I just
that?
have a button to turn off my noise canceling. It's genius, actually. It's
Well,
really
no,
easy to find.
I have a there's two buttons on the side here. One's to turn it off and on and do like a spatial audio. It pretty much like what's the
Ambient.
what's what's the no what's the thing? It like recalibrates the sound. I like Cherry Wine by Hosier. So it's like I'll do it better. Pretty good, huh? Except you're supposed to do it while like strumming the low E the whole time, and it's like ins instead of just like it's I'm just doing like each individual string, but you're supposed to do it like, and then it's like dust in the wind, he says. Okay. So it's supposed to be like boom, boom, and then both of them, both of these, and then all three of these. No, just and then like all these three, and then these, all these.